Okay. So it was the first for that. We had never done video. We had never had our own team page. I was an Emerald ambassador, never having my own team page. So that was just crazy. You know, like I had really just joined in with Sonia and Helen, but they quit. They closed down their team page. So I had to figure it out. And so that was like one of the first times. The second time was I was doing great. Things were doing good. I'd hit Emerald, and Tim was supposed to be senior Ruby. He had dropped all the way back to like senior gold or Ruby. Like, I mean, it was like real far back. And we had moved to Ohio to be by family, and our points were like going backwards. And I was like, we were only 2 months. The way I calculate it, we were 2 months from losing Emerald rank. And we had moved all the way to Ohio, small town, farm town. And I was like, Tim, like the way I figure it, we're 2 months. Like, what are we going to do? You know? And it was just like, we had this great team, but it was just like, everyone just stopped working. Like, it was just like there wasn't the energy. And, you know, everything in this business is created on energy. Oh my gosh, like creating
excitement,
no, like where you have to create a timeline, your urgency. Everything in this business is created on urgency. It's either real or you have to create it. Energy and urgency. It's either real or created. Well, nobody had urgency, and you know, no one had urgency except for me, because I was like looking at my points and freaking out. Okay, so that's what I was looking at. And so at that moment, I remember, like, I went to Tim and I'm just like, we got to figure something out. And Tim's like, the Lord is going to show us. And I mean, that was his guidance. It was that the Lord is going to show us what to do. And I remember, and I'm going to make a point with all this, because I want you guys to know, like, I just want you guys to know what, I'll tell you the point when I get done here. Anyway, so Tim wakes up one morning and he's like, God gave me the idea. God gave me the plan. And so we like made a video and we just ran with it. It was more of a concept. It wasn't even a plan. It was just like, I think God just wanted to know that we had faith to believe in him. And then I think he just put people into work. The plan doesn't even make sense, but it was just like God ordained us to run at that moment. And we ran. And I didn't just go from almost losing Emerald rank. I went from going from almost losing Emerald rank to Sapphire and Diamond in 6 months. And Tim hit Emerald. And so God breathed a plan and gave it to us, and we ran with it. That was the second time where it was just like, we did something for the first time. It was something new. It was a new idea, blah, blah, blah. We created Rock the Dream. Rock the Dream was something else that we felt like that we put on paper what God had put inside of us. It was more of the idea that we believe. This is what I believe. I believe that you can look at some of these people and maybe they had worked their whole life to have this amazing circle of influence. You know, they had prior businesses, and then they come into Plexus and they are like, woo, at the top. You know, there's those people. And then there's the people that didn't happen to. And we're one of them. I mean, yeah, 2.5 years in, getting to Diamond is fast, actually, in network marketing world. But I will say we've had to fight to keep it. We've had to fight to push forward. We've had to fight. He's not Sapphire and Diamond yet. Every day we're pushing and we're fighting. And I believe that the fighters and the ones that don't quit and the ones that create, and actually what I really believe is the ones that take what God has given them, the talents and the giftings and abilities, and they match it to the compensation plans, are the ones that will be triumphant, you know, because at the end of the day, there's tons of books out there, but it's us. We are individuals. We have individuality, and we are the ones that have to implement this, and we have our own circles of people. And right now we're getting ready to launch another first in our life. We're at a point where we felt like we were a little stagnant to creating new influences. We've moved around a lot. We have a lot, we've moved to different places, so we don't have tons of community. And so we have to do things online to get attention. And so we've we've wrestled for probably the last year on what to do. Finally hired a business coach. That was also a first. Hired a business coach. She's this lady that meets with both of us, which is pretty crazy. I hired a business coach, and she helped us to define, well, we already had the idea, but basically she's pushed us with accountability to get it done. And on Friday, we are launching a reality show.
You can't tell everybody that.
Yeah, it's like a secret. But I'm telling you guys because so on Friday we're launching a YouTube show, and it's going to be called the Network Marketing Family. And it's going to be more just about like our real life with our kids and about network marketing. But my whole point in that is that you're always in this type of a business. Don't let yourself you'll have like those times where it's just like you have to do something new. You have to do something for the first time. Like IPAs will never go away. You're going to always be reaching out to those people. But what are you doing to get attention? Like in a good way. Like what are you doing that is using your giftings and abilities to actually create something?
Let me just say with that very practically that you are not just a salesperson in the network marketing business. Think about the word network marketing and understand that your job goes beyond just selling to people. A lot of times we look at our job in doing Plexus as being more of a sales position and a leadership position, which both are true. But there is the marketing aspect of your business. And if you understand that there's a difference between marketing and sales, you'll start to recognize that maybe there are some gaps in what you're doing. So I want you all to really begin thinking about what it is that you're doing to market yourself in Plexus. Really, when you get on and you do your lives, that's more the marketing side. Now, some people treat it like sales. They get on there and they hold up their Plexus Slim and they talk about Plexus Slim, or they hold up their Lean and they talk about Lean and all the benefits and everything. That's more sales, okay? Marketing is the bigger picture. It's the drawing people in to the story, to following you and the brand of what you are and what you're representing. Marketing is a longer term thing, but what marketing does is it's what grabs people. It's what motivates people. They see that and it makes them want to be a part of what you're doing. So then they want to know the other part of, well, how do I get this? And that's where the sales comes in. Okay. So your first right now could be, what am I doing to market myself? How am I marketing my brand and Plexus? Because there's two. There's you and there's Plexus. So don't always think that you're just marketing Plexus either. You are marketing yourself.
Some people, this might be just learning a new social media platform, just
right.
choosing. I can tell you for me, Instagram has been like a love-hate relationship. And that's kind of where we're kind of focusing on YouTube. Like this whole next year, our focus is on YouTube. And so we're just deciding to focus on that. And we're going to hire out some people to help us with the business pages on Instagram and on Facebook. But with that being said, I just challenge you. I know, like, what I really think is like people ask us, like, well, how do you stay motivated? Well, like, we've put ourselves in a place to not have a choice. Like there's some times where there is, we always have a little bit of motivation in us, but there's some times where it's just like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to do anything. I'm not answering that question because they should look it up in the virtual office. You know what I mean? Like there's days where I am just like, feel stubborn. And then I realize that this is a God-given business to me. And it's not just a business, it's a lifestyle. And it's like a lifestyle of, it's really, this is what I've found that's kind of difficult in the past 6 years, raising teenagers in network marketing. Being full-time network marketing parents raising teenagers, because they have a little bit of they're not getting the reality of what they're probably going to have to go through to get the freedom that we have. it's like we just had a discussion before I got on this call. Like we were really flustered because my son was late for school again. And we were like, you know, freaking out. And he's just like, it's just a lot of work. And I mean, I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of work. Like you have to work. Like you have to work. And like he'll stay home sometimes. He's like, is this what you guys do all day? Or like, well, Tim will be on the computer and I'll be like, whatever. And I'm just like it took a lot. This is working hard. You know, like you have to convince people that you're working hard when you're full-time network. Yeah, we're working hard. I'm responding to these messages. Yeah, this is working hard. But it's like, this is a blessing. You know, and you have to keep that mindset, whether like no matter, you know, we had just talked to a girl that had just went Emerald. Okay. And she's like, I don't feel like I thought I should feel when I went Emerald. And I go, well, it's because nothing literally changed. You're going to have to literally get up every day and still do like nothing, like, you know, nothing happened except for you made more money and you have a title. But it's like we still have this responsibility to our people, our team. And, you know, you don't really get to like just sit back and do nothing until you've established really good duplication systems and enough leaders. And I talk to people all the time because they're like, well, isn't that what residual income should be? And I'm like, well, residual income happens when you have enough diamonds underneath of you that's going to continue to work no matter if you're going to work or not.
Well, and residual income is different at different levels. I mean,
yeah.
If we're talking about that, residual income for an Emerald is, you know, my kid got sick and, you know, we had family come in and then we were supposed to go on vacation and we had a basketball tournament, and this whole month I've done no work, but I still got a paycheck. That's residual income.
Yeah.
You know, for, you know, when you're Ruby, senior Ruby, Emerald, ambassador, that's awesome, you know, and it continues to evolve as you go. And it's pretty amazing that can be. But, you know, one of these days we all want to be what I would classify as check collectors. So
yeah, Tim and
I love the term check collector because that's what I want to be one of these days.
We want to change the term. Everyone's always cranky about check collectors. And Tim and I are like, don't be cranky, because we are for sure moving towards wanting to be a check collector at some point. I mean, that's the
dream.
Promise.
That's what I want. Sorry.
Okay, so think a little softer about the check collectors.
But kind of coming back to just a real practical thing, and then kind of closing this up.
Yeah, because we got way off tangent.
Yeah. Practical thing about doing your first, okay? What I said about marketing, right? You might need to look at what you're doing for marketing. It could be Instagram. You need to start branching out on Instagram. But what I'm trying to get at is, what is it that you've been given, something that you can do? What is it that you can learn? What is it that you can show people? Taking people on a journey is also kind of like really attractive. If you show them, when you take them from A to B to C to D and a journey to new things in your life, you talk about this freedom and this stuff that you're doing with Plexus. Well, how is that playing out in your life? What is it that you're doing and using that freedom for? For me, at one time, it was I became a personal trainer. I wanted to get better at working out. I wanted to get healthier, and then I wanted to turn that around and inspire people with that. So I did it. I had the freedom to become a personal trainer and just train, 2 days a week because I could, and not really care about the money, but because I wanted to learn how to do it. And I did it. And I began taking people on that journey with me, and that became part of my story. And I also acquired a pretty sizable team from doing that. A sizable chunk of my team came from just getting involved in personal training. So what I'm saying is, marketing is about doing something new that you can put out there to the world and show them like that you can tie in to whatever you're doing. It doesn't have to be direct, but I want you to think about, what am I doing that's actually marketing, and what can I do for the first time? Think about marketing in a different way than sales, and ask yourself that question, and then think, what can I do now for the first time?
It's just crazy because we had another thing that we did for the first time this year. Tim and I are a lot about first. People are always just like, you guys are the craziest people we've ever seen. Like, we'll get up and just move one day and not even like think about it. They're like, people usually think that's a big deal. You guys may not think it's a big deal. But so I think that we've gotten over caring about what people think. And I think that that's like one of the biggest pieces to marketing and doing stuff, is that really not, someone came to me the other day and they're like, I tried to post about Plexus, but nobody was caring. Nobody liked it or nobody commented. You know, the people that actually have success are the ones that just share without care. Like, they share as if they don't, it doesn't matter what anybody says. Like, they're sharing because they believe in what they're saying. Like, if you believe in what you're saying, share it and don't have fear. Like, the fear of the approval of other people, because see, the people that we most inspire to be like, or aspire to be like, are the ones that like, they'll be dancing when nobody's watching. You know, they actually, they're doing this thing. They're making this thing happen. They're running, whether you better catch up with them. You know, truly, that's the people that we aspire to be like. And so when it comes to all of this stuff, or when it comes to, you know, it's hard to say that to a new person because they're scared of everything, you know. But I remember at some point trying to, or telling myself, because I was scared of social media. I was scared of posting and everything else. And I posted, I remember when I first started, I only posted one time a week. Every Tuesday I'd post about Plexus. And so I'd post one time a week. And then I'm like, well, what if I post twice a week? So then I would post twice a week. And then I posted on just an off Saturday. I just posted on a Saturday. And I remember I'm like, I have broken the care barrier. Like, I literally have broken it. I've broken through. And it was like almost like this thing of like this freedom. Like, I don't care what people think anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's awesome. Like, this is awesome. And it started to, and that's been like, it just started to free me up the more I thought like that. And I can 100% say that we've broken through a lot of care barriers, because we've had a lot, even in this whole last year and a half, there's been people that have really been upset that we moved. And it's not been an easy, like, emotional process for me. And I care about those people, but I have, when you're doing something for a purpose and you really feel like you believe in it, you have to really believe in it. You know, do it because you believe in it and just walk in that. Like, be confident. I remember years ago, we were in a situation where we were challenged on our beliefs. And we had to come to the place where, like, this is what we believe. And I remember feeling like after I defined my beliefs, I felt like I was on such a firm foundation. Like, nothing really could sway me at all. Like, once I believed in something, nothing could really sway me. And even though the waves would come, you know, and like it would be difficult, like, we have what we believe, and that's what we like operate on. And that can be in this business, that can be in, you know, your faith, obviously. But anyways.
So how do you have that belief? How do you have that belief? And a lot of times, as we said in the beginning, like, you're going through those valleys, and a lot of times when things aren't going your way and when it's not happening the way you expected it to happen, things kind of feel like they're maybe falling apart, or you're just uncertain. You just feel uncertainty. When you're going through all that, how do you have that belief? Mm-hmm. We say that everybody inside of them has this thing called the dream. It's the dream. It's not a dream. A dream is something tangible. It's something that you can touch. It's something that can be grasped. It's a goal. It's a place where you can get to. That's a dream, right? The dream is something different. The dream is this thing it's alive inside of you. The dream is something you can't taste, touch, see, feel, hear, but it will get you up in the morning. It'll keep you up late at night into early wee hours of the morning. It'll make you go around the world. It'll make you travel to the ends of the earth. It'll make you spend your last dime. It'll make you get up in front of people on a Saturday morning and post a Facebook post It'll make you do alive. It's the thing that's inside of you that says, when no one's watching, I'm dancing. It's the thing that's inside of you that says, even if nobody believes me, I believe in it, I'm doing this. It's a thing that actually will even go as far as to say, even make you risk your life because you just believe. There are certain things that are just so deep and that we have so much conviction for. It's just this deep belief that we'd be willing to even risk our life. The dream is something that was placed inside of you. You didn't get a choice in it, just like you didn't get a choice to be born or have a heartbeat or be able to breathe. None of that stuff was your choice. That was just given to you. The dream was given to you. It's something inside of you that says, you are worth it. You're alive for a reason. You have a purpose. That's the dream. And that's what we want to share with people. That's what we want people to know more than anything, is that I know your talent isn't the same as mine. I know my talent isn't the same as yours, and none of us have the exact same talents. But each of us was given a talent. Do you know that there was not a single person that wasn't given a talent? It's not about the talent as much as it is about what you do with the talent. Okay? I want you to hear that again. It's not about the talent, because it's going to be different. I promise you. It's special. It's unique. If it wasn't, then it's not really a talent. Okay? It's special and unique. It's yours. It could even be the mess ups in your life. Maybe God wants to use those for something. Okay? It could even be the things that you really blew it on, that he wants to turn around and make it into something amazing. That can be your talent. The question isn't what is your talent as much as it is what are you going to do with your talent, the thing that's been given to you. So we want to leave you with that and tell you guys, let's go out there and just take those a couple things that we challenged you on. Let's see what you can come up with and share that with each other. This is just a short little time with us, but we want you to share those things with each other and inspire one another, encourage one another in those things to actually do it.
We've done like 8 of these little sessions with people's teams, and like we have notes, and every one of them we've said like completely different things. And so I think that that's hilarious, but it also just shows you, I think that like our businesses are so much more inspired than we realize. And like what you need, what your team needs may have been something that we said today versus we don't know. I don't know why I go off on tangents, but I just know that I believe that there was something someone needed to hear. So you guys are awesome. And Darlene, she's invested in herself and her business by taking our course. So this was also part of that course. So big thanks to Darlene for being such a good leader and inspiring so many people. So thanks, Darlene.
Thank you, Darlene.
Thank you guys so much for getting on with us this morning and sharing your heart and inspiring us. We appreciate you tremendously.
Oh, you're welcome. All right, you guys have a good day. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.